Please note, before attempting to install your Panamorph A480 kit, for absolute best performance, the throw ratio of the projector should be at least 1.6 times the native 16:9 image width, and the throw distance should be somewhere between 14 and 22 feet. If a longer throw is needed, Panamorph sells custom corrector kits for throw distances up to 40 feet. Hi, I'm Dave Carty, Tech Support Manager at Panamorph. In this video, we'll present a step-by-step guide to the installation of the Panamorph anamorphic lens system, emphasizing its plug-and-play nature and ease of install. This installation guide is designed as a supplement to the written instructions provided with your AKX Pro attachment kit. It's not often your crew will have time to get everything set up before the install, so the Panamorph attachment kit is broken down into several stages. Attachment hardware is placed into individual packages for the plate, lens transport sled, and mounting collar to follow these assembly stages. The instruction sheet that accompanies the AK Pro Series attachment plate lists which screws and washers you'll need for your particular projector. You'll also find a diagram which illustrates the hole pattern that matches your projector. We'll begin by separating out all the hardware for attaching the plate to the projector. To prevent interference with the projector chassis, the attachment plate is held off with a series of plastic spacers. Once you've determined the appropriate spacers and hardware for your projector, begin by placing the spacers over the projector's mounting points and move the plate into place on top of the spacers. Thread the screws down through the plate into the projector and tighten everything down. The second stage involves attaching the transport sled to the front of the plate. Begin by removing the metal U-bracket from the Panamorph lens and fasten the bracket to the transport sled with the Allen head screws provided with the sled. It's generally best to start in one corner, then move to the opposite corner when attaching the U-bracket, like tightening the lug nuts on a car. There are 5 attachment points on the transport sled. The first is a central pivot point, which can allow for fine-tuning the placement of the image. There are 4 additional locking points on the sled, one near each corner. The 5 attachment points on the front end of the attachment plate, which correspond to the attachment points on the sled, are the 4 oblong holes at each corner and the central pivot point. Start with a pivot attachment point, then work to each of the 4 corner points. The first screw feeds up through the plate and fastens in place with a lock washer and nut. Next, locate the 6 threaded holes in the Pro plate, which are designed to accept a small metal spacer and Allen head screw to mimic the attachment points of the Chief RPA projector mounting head. The screws can then be tightened with the silver Allen wrench, also included in the kit. Once your mounting column is in place, the projector is ready to be hung. This is where the 6 mounting points on top of the plate attach to the mounting head. Once everything is lined up, simply tighten the screws down and you're ready to attach the Panamorph lens. Place the lens into the U-bracket and attach and tighten the thumb wheels on either side. Once the lens is in place, you're ready to plug everything in. Give the transport sled a test run. The sled can be activated with the IR remote that is included or by the 12-volt trigger located on the back of the sled motor box, just below the power attachment point. Remove the clear protective film from the front of the lens, and you're ready to fine-tune the installation. If the projector has one, bring up a test pattern. Adjustments to the image, zoom, focus, fit, should be made before moving the Panamorph lens into place. It is important to have the image dialed in while in the native 16:9 display mode of the projector. Move the lens into place and check how the image displays across the screen. The lens can be raised and lowered as well as tilted up and down to correct the image geometry. The Panamorph lens should be aligned with the light beam emitted from the projector and tilted downward to follow that angle that the light takes. The image should be equal at all four corners of the picture. If you find that when the lens is moved into place, the image shifts off the screen to the left or to the right, this can be corrected by making use of that pivot point on the transport sled. Loosen the four corner screws and rotate the transport sled until the image lines up with the screen. This concludes the installation guide for the Panamorph A480 kit. If you have any questions or require further assistance, you can reach us via email at dealers@panamorph.com or by calling our tech support line at 719-266-2675.